So, what's up, guys? I'm out here on a walk in the park. I figured I needed to get some air today because, I had a day off and I was chilling with my wife last night. It's not too many times I can go out to the park, so she's asleep with the kid. So I'm like, let me go get some air. But something I wanted to talk about because I saw a video about, people stealing your energy and stuff like that. I can't remember who I saw it from. Probably Enoch, because he's really dope. Like I've been learning a lot from his channel. And I'm not like a spiritual teacher like him or anything like that. I pretty much just made this channel pretty much just to talk and like try to give advice as much as I can. But this channel is probably not going to be like a spiritual teachings or anything like that. Just more so just me just basically just talking, getting stuff off my chest. And it's like if people might ask me a question, I might answer it. This video was originally just supposed to be random because my main channel is actually a vlog channel, about life. That's what I pretty much like to use YouTube for. This is just stuff I like to do, like to just talk and just get stuff off my chest. But the thing about the energy suckers or whatever is crazy how they usually come out for people who meditate, have their third eye open, have really good positive energy about them because energy suckers will feed off that. So I had this ex-girlfriend, when we were talking, she came into my life, exactly at a point where I was getting myself back together because I was getting over divorce. And granted, I was exercising and meditating. I was in a really good spot, but the only my downfall was I was doing pills or whatever. But anyways, um, the reason why I call her energy sucker is because when we would have sex, I would feel so tired afterwards. Like it was not a good exchange of energy. It was more so her taking my energy. So like we worked together and then like, we would have sex and like all day I wouldn't do anything. Like I would just be like tired all the time. I would need Red Bulls, coffee, like I just had no motivation for life. It was just like same routine, like us having sex, and then I fall asleep, wake up, and do it all over again. And that routine was just so toxic because it's like I wasn't doing anything with myself. I was just always laying down. And even when she left, it's like I had no motivation to really do much or whatever. So of course, you know how life kind of strays you away from people you don't need to be with. So every time we would leave and I would get myself back together, she would come back. And when I finally broke the routine, it was just like trying to break a leech off of me, like a leech. It, I did, relapse a couple times after that. And then I finally realized something wasn't right, like for real, when she came over and then she left and I still felt like a dark energy around her behind me to the point I thought she was still like there. I was like at the edge of my bed, like sleeping, like almost about to fall off because I didn't want to lay in the spot that she was at. Like her energy was still lingering and it was just so dark and just so not right, so unbalanced. And then I was just blinded to the fact, because sex is sex, and people don't like to be single, and without that intimacy, which I encourage people to because that's how you pretty much find yourself. So I finally broke it off with her. She ended up being a stalker. She was crazy. She was basically a whore. And then of course, I played a part in that too because, people only do what you allow. But that's just a part of growing up and being on the spiritual journey. And I think a part of my spiritual journey where I had to learn from was it's not always about, sex and feeling good and, the physical attraction. It's way more to being into a relationship with someone. And because granted, I wanted to be with her at one point, but then it was like when the sex was over, it was nothing there. Like literally nothing. Like nothing in common, no synchronicities, no feelings of butterflies. It was more like after we had sex, it was more like, okay, when you going home type of thing. But being the type of person I was, I thought it should have been more. you know. So I think that was definitely a learning experience. I had to learn. So I guess my advice on that is just be careful, especially when people, have really good energy about them. It's like, it's entities out here that will try to feed off that in any kind of way possible, whether it's, pissing you off or anything like that, or trying to steal your joy. The greatest amount of energy that you have that I've heard is sexual energy. So, you got to be mindful of that, especially losing it through, like, you know, frivolous masturbation, having sex with random people, porn industries and stuff like that. No one's perfect. It's just something to be mindful about, I guess. I'm gonna finish my walk. That was just something I wanted to talk about and get off my chest. Like I said, I'm not sure what really I'm gonna do with this channel. It's like I am a spiritual person, and I would want to be, I guess, like a spiritual teacher and stuff like that. But it's like I have so much other stuff like going on as far as, like, I want to do music, and I have my vlog channel, and this one is just like something I can just, I guess, kind of rant, talk about what's going on in my head. And then as far as spiritual stuff, I can talk about that stuff all day. I'm not the best at it. I'm not the best talker, and let's see, I'm not the smartest, and I don't really have all the answers. But I try to talk about what I can. So I'm not gonna make videos to where I don't know what I'm talking about. Especially, I mean, if I do, I'm definitely gonna do my research first. So that's why I'm not really consistent on this channel, because I usually wait until I feel like, okay, I can talk about that. Something I know I can talk about. I don't want to go in here talking about fasting or crystals and stuff like that. Stuff I don't really know what I'm talking about, honestly, because that's not fair to anyone, even myself, really. Just making up shit that I don't really talk about. That's just forcing it. I'm not trying to be no fake woke YouTuber or anything like that. I try to be, I guess, I even kind of hate the word woke. Just, I don't know. We all need guidance, and all this knowledge helps. And I guess the reason why I did make this channel to talk about stuff like this, because you follow people like you know Enoch, the Freestyle Prince, and Kiana Lachey and Spiritual Soul, and it's very inspiring. And it's like sometimes, like, yeah, I do want to inspire people like that. But I guess other than this channel, I guess I imagine myself doing it through music and my vlog channel. You know, but this video is becoming a lot longer than I expected. But you guys stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive, and stay woke. Peace.